I'm looking today at Psalm 53, and Psalm 53 says this: "The fool says in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt and their ways are vile. There's no one who does good. God looks down from heaven on the sons of men to see if there are any who understand and who seek God. Everyone has turned away. They're together become corrupt. There's no one who does good, not even one." And it looks like a bit of a bleak picture, doesn't it? Psalm 53, it's saying about how it's struggling to find those with integrity, those who are even good. And of course, we often feel that the world is full of all sorts of evil and people with evil intent and nasty people doing nasty things. A real big concern that we can't seem to find people with integrity. It's a challenge to find people who are honest. It's difficult to find people who haven't done something awful, and perhaps they like to, protest about their innocence and say, "I'm not so bad, really." But there's something about the deep heart of mankind that is just full of bad stuff and bad stuff that happens and bad decisions. I've just been watching today a big a sort of analysis really of what's gone on in Britain around COVID. So the government have a thing called a select committee where they ask difficult questions, and different members of the government say, what did you do about this, and what happened about that, and how come you made that decision? And it's often very difficult under pressure. Particularly, people don't always make good decisions, and when we don't allow God to be in the middle of our choices, we're more likely to make some really bad decisions on all sorts of areas of life, in our personal life, in life in our community, life in our nation. And we eventually, of course, will come to account for that. We might not account for it in a setting like Parliament, but one day we will stand before the throne of heaven, and then we'll have to answer on everything in great detail, and we will be asked some very hard questions about our life. But there we will need to find the throne of grace. The book of Hebrews in the Bible talks about that we need to be able to approach the throne of grace with freedom and confidence. And how do we do that? How can we actually have an answer to the one who sits on the throne? Well, it's trusting in him and giving our life over to him, letting him be the one who guides our decision making, who guides our heart, who guides our whole being, who guides our choices in life. That's the key. So I want to pray today, Father, that we would allow ourselves to be led by you. We would allow you to be in the driving seat of our lives. We so much need that on a personal level, and how much we need that when we're responsible for others as well, and we're making choices as a leader in any context. Even for our family or for our community or even for our nation, we need your wisdom. And we need your wisdom because we can make terrible decisions just when it's just down to us, and we don't think anyone's affected, but inevitably we're always affecting other people by our bad decisions, and we can affect people by our good decisions as well. So I pray, Father, that we would allow ourselves to be submitted to you today, and you will be in the driving seat and guide us.